Yo, what's up everyone? Mike Hill, the Wholesaling Titan here. And today I want to share with you a video that I posted in my secret Facebook mastermind group in which I'm discussing and answering some questions about how to speak to motivated sellers, and in particular, how to speak to listing agents, specifically when they're asking you things like, for earnest money deposits and proof of funds. Thus is going to be a good lead into some of the videos I'm going to be shooting in the future. A lot of them really pertain to how to get control over your properties. And then from there, also my upcoming program where I'm going to be talking to you about prospecting, filling up your pipeline, how to talk to sellers, how to talk to agents, giving you the right scripts to use, how to get properties under contract so that you can then go ahead and flip them. So with that said, this is a quick video. It's mostly just a rant. But if you guys have questions and comments, as always, please leave them below. And if you get some value, please subscribe and share. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the video.
Hey, you guys. Welcome. It's my first Facebook Live video ever. Check this out. I've been getting the same or very, very similar question from a lot of you guys. It's the most recent one within the last couple of minutes. And quite honestly, I've been sitting at my desk for way too long today. And rather than type, because I'm tired of typing, I figured I'd take a little walk and talk to you guys about this. So this is when you guys are making offers with listing agents. Now, a lot of these agents can be very demanding. Not only can they be demanding, but they're asking very probing questions. And some of these people, this is just their nature. It's part of their personality, their people. Some people are a little bit anal or whatever it is. But some of these guys are probing because they're trying to qualify you. And so what happens here is, here's where you really need to be framing the conversation appropriately. Now, I know I'm just doing this live and talking to you off the cuff. So one thing I have in mind moving forward is to do a module where I sit down and really walk you guys through this about how to set the frame, and not only the words to say, but even the tonality to use, the different proofs that you can use, and how to get certain things across without actually qualifying yourself, because you don't want to do that either. Now, I know I'm being a little bit vague here, but I'm going to try and touch on some more of the specifics in just a second. So a lot of times you're going to get stuff like, I see someone's watching, I don't know who, because I don't even know how to use this yet, but hopefully you can hear me. Please let me know if this thing's on. If you would comment, that'd be cool. But they'll say stuff like, yo, I need your proof of funds letter. And some of them will be a little bit obnoxious about it. Or the big one that I got today is actually two of you what was the agent saying? Oh, they're not going to give you a contract until you come and see the property. I think one of you actually said, hey guys, that your offer was a little bit too, I don't know, evasive or something like that. So here's the thing. Now, a lot of you guys are very much new, right? So when you're doing this, it can be very intimidating, and they're qualifying you, and maybe you don't have the money. Hey, Belinda, maybe you don't have the money to show. You don't have that proof of funds or whatever. But at the same time, they don't know that. And so the frame control needs to be, yo, I'm in charge here. I'm the boss. I'm making the offer. I'm the investor. And at some point, you're going to get to that level. So that's going to be how you're acting anyway. So in today's case, the agent said, look, I'm not going to, or not even I'm not going to, but it's like, I don't want to give the contract until you've seen the property. Right? So you can't, sorry, losing my train of thought here. That's not going to work for you. You can't do deals like that. So even though they want that, what about what you want? And so what I want you to do is picture yourself, right? Because they don't know you. They're trying to qualify you. Now imagine you were like Donald Trump, like real estate Donald Trump, not President Donald Trump back in the day, or Robert Kiyosaki or Than Merrill. Or let's say you hit him with your bank statement and there's $10 million in there. You think they're going to treat you that same way? You think they're going to say, hey, we're not giving you a contract until you prove that, you've inspected this, or we're not going to give you until I see that proof of funds? Absolutely not. And you can actually prove that a lot of the way is what you communicate with these people, So if you just kind of lay down every time they say something like that, they're going to wonder, if you, like I said, if you were communicating like a Robert Kiyosaki, nobody's going to be harassing you for $1,000 deposit. If you pulled up in a Bentley or a Lambo and jumped out, they would not treat you that way. So you have to see yourself that, like, I call it borrow from your future self. I don't remember what person I stole that from, but that's basically what it is. You got to act as if, and that needs to come across in the way that you speak, in the way that you're talking to these people. And you got to act, you got to let them know, like, yo, I'm the big shit here, man. Like, you work for me. So specifically, I'm trying to think what the last call I got was. Okay, so the agent said to one of you guys, they want you to come and see the property first. Now, imagine you were, let's pick another name out of a hat, Grant Cardone. Not like, would it be in your best interest, your person now that makes, I don't know what Grant makes, but let's just say you're someone who makes $10,000 an hour, right? And maybe you want to obviously get there someday, right? Would it be even worth it for you to get in your car and drive to a property just to look at it when you don't even know if you're going to buy it? You don't even have it under contract. Let's say you get in your car, you drive over there, you want it, and in that time you drove, they got a higher offer. They're not going to give you the property because they're nice. They're going to say, oh, I got a higher offer, sorry. And then you're kind of screwed. You know what I'm saying? So you got to value your time, not only what it's worth to you, which it should be, but think about yourself in the future. If you really were, flying on private jets and stuff like that, it would not be worth your time. So you have to act as if. So even though they want things, stop thinking about what they want. You are not forcing them to take an offer. You are making simply an offer. I'm offering this to you. You don't have to take it. Hey, this is what the offer is. If you take it, take it. If you don't, I'll go buy the next one, right? So in this case, and then here's an excuse that you guys can use, right? So number one, your time should be valuable. Like if someone's like, hey, I'm available, like another student wrote an email today. What did it say? She asked for a 7-day inspection period, and the agent wrote back, the property can be inspected within 48 hours. Well, that's assuming that I'm available for the next 48 hours. Maybe I have shit to do. Maybe I have 10 meetings to do. Maybe I got to go look at 250 unit, multifamily commercial properties down in Miami. Maybe I'm not available. Maybe I'm getting in my private jet and flying to Vegas for the next 4 days. Maybe I'm traveling. Maybe I'm doing shit. Just because you're not doing shit doesn't mean I'm not, So again, they're telling you what's convenient for them. And that's when you have to flip it on them and be like, hey, no. It's not if you're available for 48 hours. Good for you. You obviously don't have shit to do. I'm busy. I'm doing things. So that's one thing. I'm out of town. That's something I say all the time. I'm out of town. Another one I like to use because, at this point, I'm not flying around on private jets. I'm not on a Uncle G level yet, right? But it's certainly not worth my time to get in my car, drive down to Miami for a property that I don't have a contract on. If I have a contract on it, and again, guys, take this. There's exceptions to every rule, so you got to take some of this stuff with a little grain of salt, if you will. And you can email me about specific cases, but we're talking in general, and we're also talking for the most part on listed properties, right? So it's not gonna be worth your time if you don't have that contract. You got to get the contract first, and again, take these things in steps, right? So yeah, the first priority is to get the contract, and a lot of the things you can ignore, like if the agent's being rude, they're being, they're telling you offer is insulting, it's evasive, whatever it is, just say, yeah, okay, just send me the contract, right? So, and then get the contract. But the other thing that you can say is, listen, you're too busy, right? You're the boss. You might be traveling. You're not going to be in town. So you say, listen, I'm going to have my general contractor go and check it out. This is my SOP. When you use language like this, you say, this is my standard operating procedure. So when I tell you guys, don't qualify, what that means is you don't want to say to the agent, well, actually, I do buy a lot of houses, because then you're qualifying. Basically, you're fitting their frame because you're telling them, hey, they have the authority to ask you questions and you have to answer them. Imagine it's like a teacher-student dynamic. When you do that, they're the teacher, you're the student, you're the subordinate. But you do want to show things by your language. So for example, if I say, hey, my SOP, my standard operating procedure between my partners and I is we buy houses like this every time. It means you're the boss. It means you don't change. This is the way you guys do things. And what does that imply? That implies you do it often. You do it often enough that you have a standard set of procedures that you follow because you're doing it all the time. So that's one way that you can qualify, that you do this stuff without coming out and saying directly, hey, I do buy a lot of shit. So yeah, you say, look, my standard operating procedure, because I'm busy and I fly around, I have a general contractor that I pay, and I have no problem sending him out there to look at it, but it cost me $400 to do an inspection, right? And I don't know what his schedule's like. He might not be available within the next 48 hours because we do a lot of business. So I'm going to need this 7-day inspection period, and I'm not going to pay $400 until I have an executed contract. Because let's say you don't have an executed contract, right? And you pay $400 and then they get a higher offer, you lose it. That'd be stupid. No rich person would do that. You're not going to waste money like that. So basically you're communicating to that, look, I'm a big shot. Look, I got standard operating procedures. I got partners. I got people on my team, my staff. You'll have no problem paying $400 for a contract, but I'm willing to do that to show you I'm serious, but I'm not going to do that without executed contracts. So as soon as you send me the executed contract, I'll go ahead and make those arrangements, right? And then you also don't know what your GC schedule is like. So do you need 7 days? Of course, that's what makes sense. And then you can even throw on top of that, hey, my GC is pretty good, man. He'll probably get that done. But if it needs I like to say, instead of like a specialist, I like to say, speaking casual terms, so be like, yeah, but if my roof guy needs to come in, or if my electrical guy needs to come in, like you got guys, like you just got people on call like that. But if my electrical guy needs to come in, I might need an extra day, but he'll let me know. So basically you got to get me the contract, and then we'll go from there. So again, then you're setting the rules, you're showing you're the boss, and then you're very confident. And I think like a lot of this comes with practice, and that's where the question in the Facebook group came the other day, which more of you guys need to answer, please, about how many calls you make, is like your comfort level that comes when you're talking, and also like the tonality that you're using with these guys, because you can communicate quite a lot just by the way you speak to them, and I think your tone kind of comes off as like when they ask you for stuff like that, like proof of funds, it's like part of it is like, yeah, no big deal. Of course. I mean, I'm just so busy, like I kind of forgot to send it, but hey, no big deal. Just give me the contract. We'll be good. You got to always assure them we're good. We're closing. That's what they need to get at the end of every email, every conversation. If you can talk on the phone a lot, they need to just always feel confident that you're going to close. They start getting worried when you do shit that kind of red flags them, right? But the other thing is that you should be kind of insulted sometimes, but like not this indignant, like I'm mad and like I have to prove a point and so, but it's like, really you need proof of funds from me, really? Oh, okay. I mean, I thought we were good. Man, I haven't been asked for proof of funds in like a fucking year, but yeah, no doubt, I'll get it to you tomorrow. Kind of like that. I could probably give you some better examples, and I'm going to do some of my calls live so you guys can listen in. So look out for some of that stuff, but hopefully there's some good pointers. I am going to email some of you guys specifically back. I just figured like I got this question a couple of times, so I just wanted to jump on here and just kind of, go off the top and put a little bit of these kind of ideas in your head as to how you're communicating with people. You can say the same words to an agent, and by the way you speak it, come off with two completely different outcomes. Think about it from their perspective. A lot of it, they just want to make sure you're the real deal, you're not wasting their time, and they're going to get paid. And to be honest, the more some of these guys, there's such impediments to deals. I just lost one the other day because the realtor was just a pain in the ass. But it's like, we actually lost the deal because we couldn't agree on, she wanted us to pay like half of her commission, and the buyer didn't want to do it, and then everybody at the end was just like, fuck it. But some of these guys, they would actually do more business if they just got out of your way. Some of them are like, hey, I have to be there at the property, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, those are steps that we can deal with as they happen. You guys can let me know as they happen. But for right now, I want to break these things down. Yeah, posture and conversation, very, very important. Even if you're not physically there, I'm sure that's what you meant, Belinda, but just to clarify that for everyone else. Even your posture, the way you stand when you're not being seen, you can be on the phone, that comes across. People can hear that. People can hear confidence in your voice, and a lot of this stuff, I'm actually going to be doing a video on that as well. Competence breeds confidence. Your questions, one I've been getting recurring, how do I not be so nervous? Hey, you expect to be nervous in the beginning, that's fine, but just do it anyway, and you're going to get better and better and better. But like I said, this is live, first one, man. So a little bit scattered on some of the thoughts, but hopefully this just kind of gives you guys a very general idea of, a lot of times it's not even about what to say or, these proof of funds. Like, man, I don't have the right proof of funds. Sometimes the proof of funds is your voice. You guys might have heard me say before, I have done many deals without ever submitting a proof of funds, even though they asked for it. but including what I was very surprised about, short sales. I've done short sales without producing proof of funds. I've done short sales without an escrow deposit, and that really should never happen. It's just the fault of someone else. But sometimes you make people confident, you're cool, you have no worries in the world, so you act like that. And that projecting, when you are projecting that onto other people, they pick that up, and they really, they get that, and it comes across on how you can go ahead and do your deals. Hey, how are you doing? So yeah, if you guys have any questions for right now, please just type them in. I'll ignore that phone call, and I will answer you very quickly. Other than that, I'll probably get back to my computer, write a couple of you guys back for the emails, and then keep emailing me, man. Let's go into this new year strong. Some of you got deals that will be done before the end of the year. It's a great way to finish. And others of you, let's start the year off right. If you notice, I'm really pushing for you guys and pulling for you guys right now. So hopefully that helps. Thank you for guys for watching live. Hopefully when I press finish, I don't know if it automatically saves or if to post it, but I'm sure I'll figure that out. And yeah, keep making those offers, guys. I got more stuff coming for you very, very soon. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.